Hi everyone, I am so excited today because I'm going to be setting up my 2024 home planner. It's kind of like my catch-all planner. I'm really downsizing on the number of planners that I'm using in 2024. I'm also trying to simplify this year. This will be a two-part series. In this video, I will show the first half of my home planner setup, and in part 2, we'll finish the setup and also cover how I'll be changing how I am planning in 2024. Back in September, I bought the Modern Months Classic Happy Planner, and I liked the clean and simple designs that were on the dividers. I was not a big fan of the layout, so I decided to also buy the Made to Bloom Classic Vertical Layout Planner, and I am using the dividers from the Modern Months and the layout from Made to Bloom together in the same planner, and then whatever is left over I'll combine to make my health/fitness/meal planner for 2024. There are 4 main ways I am simplifying this year, and I'm doing this to reduce my overall stress levels because I don't have as much time, but I also have a condition that's causing chronic pain, so I really need to find ways to simplify my life right now. So the first way is having fewer planners. I'm getting rid of 4 of the planners in my lineup, and I realize that 4 planners may seem like a crazy amount of planners to have, but to me, that is 50% less of what I had in 2023. In addition to home-related tasks, the home/catch-all planner is now going to be where I keep track of tasks associated with social media, my Etsy shop, home management, and just my general projects. I will still have a separate planner for faith, for my job. I have a full-time job at a hospital, and also my health/fitness/meal planner will remain separate. The second way I will be simplifying this year is using fewer inserts and pages. This year, I want to be very intentional about the inserts that I'm adding to each planner. Everything must serve some sort of function or have a purpose. And then once I finalize what this foundation is going to be, I can add more as needed as the year goes on. But for now, I just want to have the essentials. So what this means is I'm giving myself permission to not use the same inserts that I used last year. And I also won't be using every page in my planner in 2024. So for example, I'm not going to be using the year at a glance sheets this year. I am giving myself permission because they just honestly don't work well with the way that I like to plan. And every year I try to make myself use them, and it just ends up causing unnecessary stress. So the third way is I'm giving myself permission to decorate less. I do not need to feel pressured to decorate every monthly list, and I definitely don't have to decorate every week in my planner in order to get use out of my planner. So I only want to decorate in 2024 if I feel like it, if I think it's going to be fun to decorate, not because I feel obligated to. So my focus for 2024 is really going to be on function. Fourth thing that I'm doing to simplify is having a more simplified layout, weekly layout. In addition to less decorating, I want to give myself permission to not overplan each week and not write down so many tasks every single week. I have found that when I try to plan in more tasks than I can physically do, I get really stressed out because it makes me feel like I'm failing. So this year, I'm going to be realistic with my planning and schedule in fewer tasks in addition to not trying to fill up my weekly layout. At the front of the planner, I am adding a dashboard set, and this comes with a line page that I'll be using as my index page or table of contents, which will essentially just tell me which inserts I am keeping in each section. I can reference this sheet until I memorize the locations. And I'll just be using a friction pen to fill this out because it's erasable, and just continue filling it out as I complete setting up each section in my planner. In my home/catch-all planner, I'm going to have 6 tabs at the front this year: monthly lists, long-term lists, routines, home management, collections, and daily sheets. So in 2023, I was keeping all of the lists under one tab, and that made it a little more difficult to locate each list when I need to access it. So this year I want to separate them. So the first tab is exclusively going to be for monthly lists. My monthly list is for capturing any tasks that I want to work on during a particular month. And I created a monthly list for each of the 12 months of the year, and I use it as a reference as I plan out my next week to know what my tasks are for that particular month. So my monthly list includes both the scheduled tasks, meaning like appointments, events, or project deadlines, and unscheduled tasks, meaning those time flexible tasks. The reason why I like to add all 12 months at the same time is because I like to have a placeholder for each month so I can add to it throughout the year as I find out about future tasks or events or appointments. So once we get to the end of December, which is going to be at the end of next week, I will be transferring the leftover tasks that didn't get done from my December 2023 monthly list and the tasks from my 2024 annual list to the January 2024 monthly list. And I have long-term lists. The first long-term list that I want to add is the next year list for 2025. And this is where I write down any sort of appointments or events that are occurring next year and need to be added to my 2025 planner. So this is kind of like a place to catch those tasks and events. Under the long-term list tab, I'm going to keep the rest of my list. The next year list is for writing down any tasks, events, or appointments that will be taking place in 2025. This includes like the dentist and doctor's appointments that will be scheduled for 2025, but it also includes tasks that I know I will not have enough time to work on in 2024, but they are still important and therefore need to get done at some point. The someday maybe list is for lower priority tasks that I would like to do someday, maybe, if I have extra time or extra resources in order to work on them. At the end of 2023, I'm going to process the someday maybe list that I had created at the beginning of the year, and then I'm going to delete the tasks that are no longer relevant, delegate tasks that can be delegated, and then migrate tasks to the new someday maybe list for 2024. I'd like to process these lists at least once a year so that they don't get too long. I'm also adding a to-buy list this year to kind of act as a placeholder for my online shopping list. I like to keep a running list of items that I need to buy online so I can save on shipping costs by ordering those items at the same time. So usually I have online lists for like Amazon, Walmart, and Target because you can get free shipping if you spend a certain amount. And in the past, I've tried keeping these lists on maybe like the currently page or on the monthly layout, but this isn't really working for me anymore since it's something that it doesn't occur on a month-by-month basis. It's more of like a context list that is dependent on if I have enough items to get the free shipping. In 2024, I really want to encourage you to give yourself permission to simplify. I know we often put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So if your planner is stressing you out, maybe it's time to reevaluate how you are using it. In part 2, we will be setting up 3 more sections in my planner, and I'll be discussing the changes I'm making to the way I plan in 2024. Check out this video next, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!
What if I said I'm sorry? What if I make a scene?